Hey, David, you talked about right-wing dog whistles. Are there left-wing dog whistles? This is an interesting question. When we talk about a dog whistle is a coded message that's communicated by using words or phrases or even gestures in some way that are commonly understood by a particular group of people and not necessarily by others. So, as an example, George Soros and the Rothschilds, that has become a dog whistle for anti-Semitic tropes about rich, usually Jewish men conspiring to control elements of government or banking or whatever the case may be. The recent Marjorie Taylor Greene Jewish space laser incident. When she says the Rothschilds, that is a dog whistle for people who are primed about Jewish conspiracies to control this or that industry, to understand that by Rothschilds, you're really talking about Jews. George Soros, often when it's mentioned, it means Jews. And so that would be an example of a right-wing dog whistle. Some people are attuned to listen to it, listen for it, or to hear it. Globalist is another one, which often also is used to signal we're talking about Jews. Now, I have some examples of left-wing, maybe what we would call dog whistles. They're pretty lame, and they really don't rise to the level of the right-wing dog whistles. The right uses dog whistles much more than the left. Here's a couple of examples I could think of. Sometimes when the left says rural, you could argue that it's a sort of dog whistle for like the uneducated hillbilly meme or caricature. Sometimes, not always. Sometimes there's dog whistling around suggesting people are racist. Like, for example, saying someone voted for the crime bill, talking about the 90s crime bill. That could be a pseudo dog whistle to imply someone is racist without saying this is a racist person. Maybe flyover country is a dog whistle to suggest that, kind of the center of the country is less than the so-called liberal coastal areas. The reason that these are kind of weak is because the left really doesn't use language in the dog whistle way that the right does, for better or worse. And when I say for worse, we know that the left is terrible at branding. And to some degree, even though the dog whistling on the right is disgusting in many cases, including stuff like Soros as a catch-all for Jews, some of the dog whistling the right does has been very effective politically when it comes to abortion, when it comes to some religious ideas, when it comes to taxation. There are dog whistles that the right has used successfully. I think they're disgusting and inaccurate. They relate to socialism and life and all these different things. But the reason that the examples I'm coming up with for the left, the reason that those are lame is that the left really just doesn't use language in this way. And to some degree, the left has suffered for it. The left has probably lost what could have been wins in some cases because their branding and language is not as finely tuned, finely operating of a machine as the right is. If you can think of left-wing dog whistles that I've missed, certainly let me know. We've got a fantastic bonus show for you today. Get instant access to the bonus show by becoming a member at joinpakman.com.